Hello and welcome to Campaign Craft. I'm DM Sleeper, that's actually my name, and these are 3.75 products to help new DMs run awesome in-person campaigns. Now, by no means are any of these necessary, but these are if you want to get into tactical combat with terrain, more detailed dungeons. These are the things that I would suggest as a starting point for a DM who wants to add an extra level of detail and immersion for their parties. First, get either of the Master's Atlas World Crafting tile sets. Either the paper-themed ones where it's white on one side and parchment covered on the other, which will be more versatile but less immersive, or get the grass and cobblestone one where it's grass on one side, cobblestone on the other. Either of those will do great, but I have both because I want to be able to use interiors for the cobblestone, exteriors for the grasslands, and then I want to have deserts for the parchment colored and then tundra for the paper colored. So I just wanted all the versatility, but you don't need both. You really just need one. And that'll give you your dungeons. You can have each individual tile be a room. You don't need to worry about walls. Walls just get in the way a lot of the times. And then you can have larger rooms where you just put the tiles together. The second item you need is either the Master's Relics or Pathfinder Dungeon Decor. Both of these will offer over 100 tiles to spice up your rooms. The Master's Relics are going to be from the top-down perspective, almost like an isometric video game or a Zelda video game. Pathfinder is going to be more realistic. Almost all of them are going to be either put up on stands, and so you look at them straight on, or seen top-down without the kind of isometric distortion that's going on in the Master's Relics. But both of them accomplish similar goals. They give you a bunch of things for you to fill a dungeon with, to give you things for traps, things for details, things for puzzles, doors, whatnot. And Master's Relics are double-sided in the sense that they have different drawings on both sides, so you actually get a little bit more versatility there, whereas Pathfinder, it's got the same picture on both sides, but for the most part, if it stands straight up, that picture works on both sides, so it might add a little bit more immersion there. And then you want to get some minis for monsters, player characters, and NPCs. And I would suggest any of the following bulk mini sets because they're affordable, they're cheap. I have reviews of them on the channel. They're what I use in my games. First, the Monster brand monsters and NPCs. You get like 56 monsters and some crazy number of NPCs for a fairly reasonable price. I have both. I actually have two sets of monsters so I can throw larger hordes at people. I wanted to do a lot of goblins and a lot of kobolds. You get 4 classes of every monster, and then you get 2 of each class of each monster. So you get 8 goblins, 8 orcs, 8 gnolls, 8 kobolds, 8 human brigands, and so forth. And the humans can be used as player characters. And then you get the NPCs, and it's all sorts of different town folks. You got merchants, you got clergy, you got royalty, you got entertainers, you got barkeeps, and some of them can work as player characters as well. There's no real difference between the monk and a cleric. A lot of versatility and a lot of bang for your buck with the Monster brand minis. I did a recent unboxing of the GTG minis, and for the price, they are way better than Arcanite. With Arcanite, you get something like 50 or so minis, and you pay about $30. For GTG, you get something like 80 minis, and you pay $20. So if you grab about 3 packs of GTG minis, you'll get just about everything you need for your early game. Or you can get the Wanderer's Emporium DM starter set, and you're going to get dozens and dozens of monsters, and even some larger monsters for, your boss battles and big adventures and stuff like that. But you don't need all of these. You need one of these. Either get the Monster brand or the Wanderer's Emporium. Don't get both, because there's going to be so much overlap between the two. And then the points, the decimals. Why the decimals? Because these aren't D&D specific products. You might already have them at home, but they're going to help a lot. First of all, markers for all the flat terrain. It's dry erasable, and markers are going to be what lets you cordon off areas to turn a square room into an octagonal room. It's going to be what lets you draw in rivers, draw in fire, keep track of hit points off to the side of miniatures. Markers are a must-have, preferably multiple colors of markers. Then stands. If you get the dungeon decor from Pathfinder, you're going to need some stands. You're going to need to get the Pathfinder brand stands, which I'm not a huge fan of because I don't think you're going to get as many, but they are going to be specified, tailored to this product. Whereas if you do what I did and you get the generic stands, they'll cause a little bit of more damage to the bottom of the tiles. But if you're always putting them in the same place, it'll be negligible. And finally, index cards. The reason index cards is you want to have something you can write your loot on. You can write in-game writings on. You can write little puzzle elements onto. You can put the key on it and hand those to the players. Index cards are a really easy way to increase player immersion without having to break the bank or go all out on a whole page of content. Well, this has been 3.75 products to help you craft your campaign.